Hi everyone, welcome to the Haunted Connection show. So it's me and Neil tonight, as usual, and we are at the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre in Hinckley, Leicester. So we're not quite sure what we're going to talk about, but we're hoping you're all going to join in. And if you've got any questions, any thoughts, anything that you'd like to share with us, then put it all in the comments below. We can start off by talking about the Parameet, because that's only it's only a week away, just over a week away.
Week on Saturday.
Week on Saturday, so it's coming round very quickly, and we're all really looking forward to that.
You excited?
I am. I'm just so. It's just going to be such a good weekend, and everybody, everybody joins in, and it's just such a nice atmosphere that I think a lot of people are looking forward to it. So the Parameet South is the first one. So it's a week on Saturday, and we will be all the team will be there, and some extra helpers. So we're looking forward to that. So you'll be able to buy your Parameet t-shirts. You'll be able to listen to all the talks and spend all your money at the stalls.
Yeah, the transfers are coming tomorrow. The Parameet t-shirts. Hope you all buy one as a souvenir. Well, Bill, greetings from across the pond.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? Good to see you. And please leave any comments. If you want us to talk about anything, let us know, and we will just chat about it, because we just like to chat anything weird and wonderful.
We do.
So
it's always good having a good debate, listening to people's different opinions.
Yeah, so please comment. Otherwise, we're going to run out of things to say anyway.
It'll be a short show.
Yeah. At Parameet South, something we are going to change. I don't know if I've told you this yet, Jane. Andy says hi. Something we're bringing in for Parameet South is we're going to have a Q&A session as well.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, we're going to have a Q&A session. It's going to be an hour of 45 minutes, like this talks. So what we're going to do is I will do a poll on the Parameet Facebook page, and if you come in and you fancy being considered to be on the panel, there'll be a panel of about 4 people, and then put your name down on this poll, and the ones with the most votes will be on the panel.
Cool.
It's exciting.
Whether they want to be or not.
I'm sure everybody will want to be.
We'll be rounding them up, and
so it's just going to be the 4 panelists sitting behind a table, all official like, and you can ask them any sensible question or stupid question you want.
That sounds a recipe for trouble.
A recipe for disaster. And I'm thinking about we'll have one on the Saturday and then one on the Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So that's going to happen. So that's exciting. So we are going to take some of our potentially haunted objects down with us, so you can have a feel and see if you can sense anything from them. So that's something new as well. Well, Bill says, can I be on the panel from across the pond on a laptop? You could be. I will put your name down, and if people vote for you, Bill, you can be in the panel. I don't know what sort of time it will be across the pond, though.
Yeah.
So be weird o'clock. Is it for about 5 hours behind us? I'm sure you don't care anyway, do you? You don't mind. So if you're going to Parameet, let us know. Just say we're going, and tell us what you're looking forward to. What are you looking forward to the most, Jane?
I think just meeting up with everybody. I mean, that's the whole sort of concept, wasn't it? Behind the Parameets, it's everybody coming together, like-minded people, sharing information, just catching up with friends, and even meeting new people. Some times you know somebody on Facebook and you've known them a long time, you've never actually met them, and it's nice to always put faces to names and to actually just sit and have a chin wag with people
and get to know people.
Yeah.
So the questions are: we will allow is obviously no drama questions, no talking about certain members of the non-paranormal causing some trouble. I won't give him the time of day. So Bill says, remember, I'm part of the HAPRC USA chapter. Yes, you are, Bill, and I'm going to organise your GPN the hoodie as well, and that you asked for. So it's all good. So I'm actually quite chilled about Power Meet this time.
Yeah, so what are you looking forward to?
Finishing.
Finishing?
When it's all over. Ambassador to HAPRC. I'm looking forward to everybody enjoying it, and if people are smiling and laughing, then it's we've done our job, haven't we?
Yeah.
So those who are coming, please spend plenty of money, because there'll be plenty of things to buy.
And there'll be things like Paul Goddard, won't they, doing things like past life regression. So if you fancy a bit of that, Paul's got a room to himself, and he'll be doing sessions of past life regression. So if you fancy a bit of that, come along.
There'll be mediums. If you want a reading, you can have a mediumship reading. There's at least 2. Bill says, this is the only group I can ever trust anymore. Thanks very much, Bill. And you've been following us from
quite a few years.
From probably day one, probably. Yeah. So it's nice that you're still following us and you do trust us, which is nice. Unfortunately, there's lots of fakery going on. Do you actually think it's getting worse?
I just think it's like just a constant sort of hamster wheel, really, isn't it? You've always got new people coming into it, which inherit bad information and bad habits and the wrong way of doing things, and then you've always got a lot of people leaving at the other end, and it's just like a constant cycle, isn't it? But a lot of people don't really take the time to research or look into things properly, and they just take things that they're told as being true and gospel rather than finding out for themselves. And I think that's a big part of a lot of the fakery, because in some cases people think it's acceptable or that's the norm as to what you do to get your viewings and keep your followers and all that stuff.
Bill says, when asked who to watch that one can believe that they don't fake things, I tell them to check out HAPRC. Oh, thanks, Bill.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Of course, all our stuff goes on Ghost Planet Network. And we are bringing back the Demon Connections live on a Sunday night. Jane's very busy this year, though. It's on weekends, so it won't be every Sunday unless we throw something else in without Jane. We'll see. But the Demon Connections will be streaming live on GPN from the end of May. Is it what 26th did we say?
Yeah, I think so. It's bank holiday weekend, isn't
bank holiday in May. Demon Connections will be back on GPN live. It'll be live streamed from the sounds room, because that's where the internet will be best, because we have to connect the cameras to the laptop to stream live on GPN. It's not like Facebook live streams. Bill says, Jane, if you ever need any help on the show, feel free to give a shout if you like.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, thank you.
So we are looking forward to Parameet now. It's only a week on Saturday.
Yes.
It's coming up quick.
And we're all going down in convoy. We're looking forward to, even the trip down is going to be fun, because we're all going to be travelling down together.
Yeah, can you remember the old convoy song? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. What was it? Rubber Duck?
Come on back, Rubber Ducky.
Good job we ain't got CB radios now, innit? Did you used to have a CB radio?
Years and years and years. My brother did it, because my brother did it than I did. And I can't remember what my handle.
I can remember mine.
What my handle was, but I know my brother's was called Body Snatcher.
Body Snatcher? Yeah. My handle was Lionheart.
Was it?
Yeah, because I'm a big Kate Bush fan.
Oh, yeah.
And the album that sounds a decent handle was called Lionheart.
Yeah.
Bill says rubber duck. He remembers it well. I still have my CB radio and I go mad. I go by Mad Dog. Why does that surprise us, Bill? Or why does that not surprise us? So yeah, any questions, please put them down in the comments and we will try and answer. The Paramedic won't be going live on GPN, but we will record bits of it and it'll be going on later on.
You're hoping to record all the speakers, aren't you?
I'm hoping to record all the speakers and their talks will be going GPN later on when I get a chance to catch up. But I'm just so busy. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's surprising how much goes on in the background, isn't it?
Yeah. Bill says, how long has HAPRC been in existence?
Ooh, well, just over 6 years.
6 years.
We've actually been, but Neil started in his carport just before that.
Yeah, I started doing live feeds from my carport. I basically put an object in front of the camera and saw what people sensed from it or picked up from it. And I used to have lots of people watching it, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people really enjoyed it, didn't they? And they used to get so much feedback and comments and...
Yeah, evening, Annette.
I mean, a few people have said about bringing it back, and we have done it a couple of times, haven't we?
We did do, yeah. But on these Sunday night live streams on GPN, it'll be rotating between the Demon Connections, and then the next one will be Communicating with the Dead, which is basically a seance, and we'll stream that live, and we will handpick the guests.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one will be Haunted or Not, where we choose an item and we will do some work with it. And because it's live, you'll be able to see what you think from it. So I know Annette will be happy the Demon Connections is going back live because she used to follow that. Bill says, I think I've been around with you all for about 5 of those years.
I know you've been there for a few, quite a few years.
Bill says, Neil, you and I need to talk, sir. I hope I'm not in trouble. I don't like it when Judith says to me, Neil, we need to talk, because I know I'm in trouble. Annette says, oh, yes. So, yeah, we things have sort of overtaken the last few months.
Yeah, since Christmas, it's just been a bit chaotic.
It's been illnesses and Jane trying to sort of move out.
To move house and
it's been a bit chaos, to be honest.
There's been lots of things going on.
Yeah, my mum's been really poorly, but she's slowly getting better now. So we are going to get back on track.
Yeah, sometimes life just gets in the way, and it's we
pain.
just have to sort of ride through it really, and just wait till we get out the other side.
Bill says, I want to check if your offer is still good. I can't remember what offer it is now. I'm sure it is, Bill.
You have to message him after the show.
Yeah, so like I said, any questions? The Demon Connections will be live on the 26th of May on Ghost Planet Network from 9 p.m. It's going to be quite a professional live stream. We're going to have my son Ben in the studio, and he's also going to present it. So we're going to have a professional presenter. He ain't being paid, but no one gets paid up here.
Don't tell him that.
But it can go on his spotlight. This would be a face. Yeah, fine, Bill. We'll arrange something. Hi, Cameron. Are you back safe now? Because you've been touring all around the place with your bus. I saw. Are you back in good old Blighty now? Why was it called Blighty?
I don't know. Is it
during the war?
Is it something to do with
I ain't got a clue.
mariners?
I don't know. I ain't that old.
I'm not sure.
Cameron said, yeah, just got back last night. Well, there goes the missus's freedom then, isn't it? Just joking, of course. I've got a bit of a weird sense of humour. So yeah. So what do you want to talk about, Jane? What do you want to
Well,
say?
we can so, well, you know, we've talked about the Parameet South. We can now talk about the Parameet Midlands, because that is a bit of a special event. So that's at Sketchley Grange. That's at the end of June, isn't it? Last weekend in June.
Yeah.
And if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets, because that is where we're having the awards ceremony. It's the GPN Parameet Awards, and it's just going to be a really, really nice evening. It's going to be the Oscars of the paranormal world, and we've got lots of people who have been nominated for awards. Only Neil's going to know the results. So it's going to be a really special evening. There's a 2-course meal. You've got live music, and it's going to just be a really, really good night. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, get your tickets for the Parameet Awards.
Yeah, and we are doing them cost price. You know, what you pay is what we're paying the hotel for the food and the room. So it's can't do fairer than that. Bill says, got all my passports in order now. Going to start a fund me to finally come over to meet you all. Aiming for Neil's next birthday to come over. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We were talking about this for a few years, didn't we? Be good for you to come over, Bill, and be good for you to come up to the centre to see what you think of the place.
Yeah, is only your birthday. Is your birthday near any of the Parameets?
No, my birthday's in January.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, next year will be my last year before pensioner.
You'll be getting your bus pass.
I will. I can't wait. You realise how excited I am for getting a free bus pass? I'll be able to get on Cameron's bus free. So yeah, so June is going to be a special Parameet. I'm really looking forward to that. Again, lots of good. You can go on my coach, Neil. Thanks, mate. Free, I hope, because I'm knocking on a bit. I want to sleep in Neil's office at HAPRC and see how they like me there. Yeah, we'll make you sleep with Hannah, the doll, mate, and because apparently I've got to do that a week on Friday. I'm not looking forward to that one.
It's going to be good fun.
No, it won't be for you, it ain't for me. So yeah. Oh, my phone keeps going off now. So yeah, we've got lots coming up. We always say that, though, don't we?
Yeah.
And then things happen that put us back. We've got so many ideas for different types of series from GPN, haven't we?
Yeah.
No, we've got all sorts, different things. Bill says, stay with Neil's favourite doll. Oh boy, that's a deal. Janet says, hi guys, says black tie for awards. Just how posh do I have to be? Well, you don't have to wear a black tie, Janet. But if you can come sort of a little bit dressed up, that would be perfectly fine. I don't expect an evening gown.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a nice frock.
Andy says, Blighty comes from the 1800, originally used Indian people. It's thought to have derived from the Urdu word something, which meant foreign madam fact for you. Oh, there you go. That's what Blighty means. I can't read that word. Vilayati.
I haven't got my glasses. I need my glasses on to see it. Oh yeah. Vilayati looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm from Minkley. I can't read. So yeah, it's exciting. We're going to try and make GPN grow, keep growing and growing and growing. It'll be its first birthday in June as well, so that'll be nice. A year old.
And that's why we were doing the GPN Awards, wasn't it? To sort of celebrate the first birthday.
So, I hope you can all make at least one parameet. That would be cool, meeting you all. Did I actually put black tie on the write up then, Janet? I can't remember what I put.
I thought you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Thought you did.
I just write the thing. Cameron says it was interesting, Neil. When I was in Dunkirk, you could feel the energy outside the church with all the bullet holes. Yeah, I bet it's quite surreal.
Yeah.
To know what happened there. I don't think I've ever been to anywhere like that, to be honest. Well, Bill said Villa Yachty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah. So there we go. That's where Blighty comes from. I didn't know that. Janet says yes. So I panicked, thinking dress. Well, I shan't be wearing a dress.
At the end of the day, it's up to you. However you feel most comfortable. People can just wear what they want, really.
We just wanted to make it a little bit special. It's a special night. It's a special night for GPN and all the video creators that take time to send me videos to put on there.
And it is the first.
And it's the very first one. Wild Bill says tie as in necktie.
Bow tie.
No, it's a tie that sort of hangs down here, isn't it? Not normal tie. I don't know what you call them in the States.
Bow tie. I'm sure it's a bow tie.
Bow tie is just here.
So what? Yeah. So what are you thinking of then? Just a normal tie.
Yeah, I know.
Necktie.
Just a normal tie that Julie strangles me with, so she can pull me back. That's okay. I'm just going a bit crazy. Bill says, Neil, I think you were looking at tutu. No comment about that one, Bill. Janet says, yes, I know. Just having a laugh. I will wear a black suit and tie. It's just going to be a nice evening. It's going to be relaxed because we're always trying to make everything as relaxed as we can.
Yeah.
But we do have a professional master of ceremonies coming in. Okay, he's my son, but he's professional.
It's just going to be a really good night, I think.
He's a professional actor.
There's a lot of thought gone into to the whole setup.
So all the finalists will have to prepare their speech just in case they win, Jane. and any finalists, I want to thank me great auntie Edna.
Yeah.
I want to thank my dog, my cat, and my rabbit.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting night.
I think we should get Ricky Gervais to present it because he's quite cool, isn't he? When he did the Oscars, he was just slating everybody, wasn't he? So it's going to be a good laugh. Bill says, like the Ghost Planet hoodie. Yes, these Ghost Planet hoodies, they will be available very soon. Actually, the garments will be available at Parameet South. Well, some of them will be available on Parameet South. But I'm having more thoughts on it, so they're going to be even better after as well. If you get Ricky, that would be a good host. Yeah, he did the Oscars, I think. Well, I think it was the Oscars when he just took the Mickey out of everybody.
Yeah,
Tom Hanks and everybody. It was hilarious.
You can see them all cringing in the audience, can't you?
Yeah, I love that bit because I don't tend to watch the Oscars. I don't actually like awards, and there's me doing one. So Bill says, I love Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he's I don't know. The English humour is different to the American humour, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some of the comedies that I like probably wouldn't go down well in America. The young ones, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Americans know them. But yeah, the awards is going to be a good laugh, a good night.
I'm really looking forward
Live
to it.
music as well with a good local band. Well, Bill says he's like me. He has no filter on his mouth. Yeah, say what you think. That's the best way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So keep the comments coming in so we can read them out. Get David Jason to host. I think he'd cost too much. You know, I'm a bit tight. You know, Ben's going to host it for nothing, and he's going to do the music for nothing.
That's payback, isn't it?
Yeah, he owes me.
Yeah.
He's cost me enough money sending through acting lessons and singing lessons and all sorts. The winners will be getting a trophy as well.
Yeah.
Won't they, Jane?
They will. So we're just looking at all the trophies at the moment. So we're gonna, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice to display a GPN trophy on your mantelpiece.
The only problem is I weren't nominated for any of the awards, you know.
Well, you're the boss.
Yeah, but I think I should have been nominated for something. It's not on. I'm like Gamardi. Jane's been nominated for personality, GPN personality of the year.
I was very flattered at that. Yes,
What did you think when you saw your name?
I was gobsmacked, but I then also felt an enormous amount of gratitude that somebody had actually thought me worthy enough to actually put my name in and nominate me.
I must admit, I was surprised. And Amy's been nominated for GPN Investigator of the Year.
Yeah, there's a few others in the categories.
And we've got a few shows nominated as well.
Yeah.
The Demon Connection has been nominated, is a finalist. Haunted or Not is a finalist. The Centre is a finalist for the location.
Yeah.
But I will add that it is all above board. If we don't win, we don't win. If we do win, it's not fixed because we don't fix things. Bill said Neil is so tight that he could make the buffalo shite on a buffalo nickel from here in the States. He obviously knows me so well. Bill, then he says, I was nominated for Who's Who again this year, worldwide. I won't win, but it was nice to know. Oh, well done.
Yeah.
It's nice to be nominated.
Yeah, it is nice.
So it's starting sort of small this year, but hopefully next year, hopefully this year will be a success, and people will realise that it's serious, but not too serious.
Yeah,
it's not the end of the world. It's basically a thank you for the people who want to be a part of GPN, really. Plus a few more categories like top magazine, top paranormal magazine, top venue group,
podcast or something, isn't there?
Top podcast non-GPN. So there's a few.
There's about 11 categories altogether, isn't there?
Yes. So if you're not voted yet, get on and vote. It's one vote per person, so it's all above board, and only I will know the results on the night. So that'll be nice.
Yeah. So go and vote for your favourite people and shows and things like that, all on there.
Yeah, it'll be good fun, and let's just have a good night, and let's show people what the paranormal is all about.
Yeah, I think it'll just be a really nice night. Because there's no other night like it. There's no other awards shows within the paranormal here in the UK.
Not sensible ones.
So it'll just be nice to just participate in it, really.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question for you from Bill. Are you happy with the way things shows are going in the paranormal field? It seems like most are going for the ego trip.
Yeah,
What's your opinion?
I think there's a lot of ego trips in the paranormal, and I think it is one of the biggest things that divides people in the paranormal. Because once the ego steps in, spirit will step out, and you can't work properly with spirit if you've got an ego, and they just won't work with you if your ego's overtaking everything. And that's then I think where spirits step away, and then that's where the fakery comes in, because they've got to
They
do
got
something
fake stuff to
make
get
it
things
look.
happening.
Yeah.
I think ego is a big problem in the paranormal field, and I do believe it is getting worse. As soon as money gets involved, it tends to kick off ego, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it spoils it.
Um,
It spoils it.
you know, even and fakery. It just me head in.
There's no need for it,
I
is there?
don't tend to watch the paranormal shows on TV now because I don't think they're true enough. They're governed by production companies to an extent. YouTube, the big boys on YouTube, they annoy me because some treat it like the youngsters, and they just laugh and jump about, and it's just stupid.
Yeah.
And they use clickbait, don't you? And you know, I got scratched by a demon is a popular one, and then you watch it and you think, no, there's nothing there. um, but I just think it's all a bit sad. But you have to do it to get the views, don't you? I I don't have a big on GPM. We don't have any big channels, YouTube channels on there, but they're just the guys that go out every weekend to see what they can find
Yeah.
and enjoy it. On GPN, I pride myself on helping the little people as well as the more established groups. Now we've got a couple going out. They just go out with a mobile phone, filming what they do, and they show what they do, which is the way it is, and that's what I like. Plus, on GPN, I like it because I've got complete control of what goes on there. So
Yeah.
I don't have someone paying me to say you can't have that on there, or you've got to have that on there. That doesn't happen. Okay, Bill says, I remember when I started following you, there wasn't many on, and now you can't turn around without finding someone wanting to have a show and trying to get fame. YouTube and Facebook. Excuse me. Yeah, I remember when we first started doing Facebook live feeds all those years ago. There weren't many, but now there's dozens on every single night, and they think perhaps they think they can make money off YouTube. Some teams do, but we're not bothered if only two people watch and they're entertained by us, and they can have a laugh with us or laugh at us. That's fine. We just enjoy talking about spooky stuff. Carl says paranormal shows are now have to put for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, and that's what I think the vast majority are for entertainment. I think they're for the general public to watch who don't know what it's like to sit in a cold, dark cellar for 5 hours, freezing your backside off, and absolutely getting absolutely nothing.
It's not always as glamorous as it seems, is it? When you're sitting in dusty attics and stuff like that.
And some teams get activity everywhere they go, and you just think they're either damn lucky or they must be staging something, which is a shame. I would sooner watch somebody investigating, getting nothing, but it to be real, because those who investigate know that's how it is sometimes. Mild Bill says now on YouTube, it's all about getting monetized so they can make money from being on there. Yeah, and that YouTube, I used to watch a lot of YouTube because we used to talk about it. I used to do a review. Their adverts annoy the hell out of me. And it's just, a lot of them just aren't real. It just does me head in. You know, you watch 2 minutes of a YouTube video, it's an advert. You watch another 5 minutes, there's another advert. And now YouTube are getting clever because you used to be able to skip the adverts, but you have to sit through the adverts a lot of times now. So I hate it, and that's why GPM will always be subscription free and advert free in the main body of the content.
Yeah,
there might be an advert before the content starts, but there won't be an advert in the middle. Spooky Sisters UK say hello, hi, thanks for tuning in. Carl says I prefer a small group this way. This way you're not looking around for 20 people in the area you are. Exactly. It's the same as equipment, you know.
Yeah.
If someone likes to use the spirit box, which does my head in, the noise actually does my head in. I don't like it. Or if they want to use cat balls, or if they want to use whatever, to me that's fine. They're doing it their way, and that's how people should do it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Bill says if you pay for the pay version of YouTube, you get no adverts. Yeah, see, you have to pay, and I don't like having to pay. You know how tight I am. I don't like paying for it. Carl says I've been to many haunted locations on ghost nights. Sometimes the only noise is someone walking upstairs. Exactly. No, we've been on quiet nights, haven't we?
Yeah.
Bill says cat balls laugh out loud. I have been able to debunk so many of them. Yeah, I'm not saying there are evidence of spirit activity, that possibly not. But if people want to use them, I don't see, and they like them, I don't see the problem with them using them. Stefan says, do you think these EMF meters are really worthwhile? I personally, on the whole, I think no. I don't like the K2s and things.
I always question the K2 meters because I'm not sure how much EMF they do actually pick up, because if you're holding an EMF meter in your hand, I'm surprised why they are not constantly going off, because, you know, it has been proven that our own hearts give off an electromagnetic field around us, and I think they measured it at a distance of something like 5 meters that they could pick up this electromagnetic field from our hearts, and they only measured it at that because that's the maximum that the machine would let them pick up. You know, they could record the data. So I'm not always sure about EMF, because I know our hearts give off an electromagnetic field, and I'm not sure how the EMF meters, or why they don't pick that up. So yeah, it's just one thing I sort of feel about the EMF meters.
Yeah. Same as lots of things. I don't think they are proof of spirits. But then I don't think most things are proof, is it? Unless you're actually in the situation and you can feel the energy and you can feel the atmosphere. There's not really that much proof, is there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
because
it's a tricky one, isn't it?
You're not there. You know, we can walk into a room and you can feel the atmosphere, can't you?
Yeah, you can feel the energy.
You can feel the energy. But if you're not there, you can't feel the energy.
But is that energy that you're picking up, that, what is that energy that you're picking up? Is if it's I think it's important to try and understand that there is so many different energies.
Yeah.
And, for me, once I connect with the energy, I can then see it. So, I can sometimes see things and then people will automatically assume that they've got something else. And it's not, I think there just seems to be a little bit more understanding about all the different things and not really jump to the first conclusion.
Yeah, Spooky Sisters UK say, we are not keen on K2s also. Carl says, I use a dog type ball, same as a cat ball, but spiked, so it's harder to roll. So this moves in a control experiment. It's more questions as in how. Amy actually does make cat ball holders. So they're quite good. But then I still don't know if they're evidential. If a cat ball does go, that don't say to me there's a spirit there. I
always thought they had to be moved as such. Yeah, I know the lights go off, but it would be interesting to I suppose experiment with them a bit more to try and make up your own mind.
While Bill says EMF is good for walkthrough at the beginning to see if there's any anomalies that you would be aware of. I agree with that one, Bill. EMF is good because if there's too much EMF in a room, it could cause the people to hallucinate. So if you go in a house and it's full of EMF, people could be imagining spirit activity.
But also I agree with that because I know when we've done investigations and people have walked through with the EMF meters and we have actually found like streams of EMF, which is like coming from the internet cables or, the Wi-Fi's and stuff like that. You can quite easily say that would be a ghost. But really, when you're moving it around and it's in a direct stream, it's you can pick that up.
Yeah. Stefan says, thanks. Neil says, what equipment do you like, if any? The way Jane and I have worked for many, many years now, 15 odd years, the way we work is Jane will make contact with any spirit in the building and she will so you basically ask them what equipment they can manipulate.
Yeah.
So Jane will say, have you got your dowsing rods now? I know dowsing rods aren't evidence because they can be manipulated. So they're not evidence to anybody else watching, but to me and to Jane, they are evidence because I know full well I am not moving the dowsing rods if they move. Jane knows what the spirit's doing, so Jane knows the spirit are moving it.
Yeah.
It's not evidence to anybody else. I accept that, but we are in it for our journey.
Yeah. So we can, one of the things that I always try and do is ask them what piece of equipment they want to work with as such. Sometimes it's Ouija board, sometimes it's dowsing rods. We've even had the infrared camera.
You mean the thermal, you mean the thermal camera?
Yeah, the thermal camera where we caught Blueface. He said to us to get the thermal camera, and when we switched it on, he was there inside the camera. So, it works for us. It may not work for everybody, but it does work for us.
And Spooky Sister said, EMF, so many phones, gadgets, batteries, and electricity running throughout the building. Yeah, there's EMF everywhere. It all depends what you're sort of trying to achieve, isn't it? If you're a venue group and you got guests, the guests, we know when we do Ghost Hunt Experience nights up here with our own guests, the guests are expecting flashy things and things they can see. Because we Jane and I went on an investigation. We went as guests somewhere. There was absolutely nothing in that building.
No, we couldn't pick anything.
There was nothing in that building at all. We won't say where or who we went with. But the guests with the other hosts were getting lots of taps and lots of noises and lots of cat boards going off. To me, that all that was something natural in the
Yeah.
building. It's an old build. It was an old building. So if you move in at one end of the building, it could make a cat ball move in another part of the building. So to me, but the guests loved it because that's what they went for. To me, it wasn't genuine spirit activity
No.
because Jane says there was nothing there. I trust Jane 100%. If she says nothing there, so we actually left
I mean, we
early.
did have a little boy pop in, didn't
Yeah,
we? 'Cause
but
he was just passing by and just stuck his head in just to see what we were doing, but he didn't stay very long.
I've missed that comment. Let me just go back a bit. Let's see if I can do it. No, it's not moving up. Cell phones is a bad EMF source. Carl says, when I go places, I use EVP and old type tape recorder. If they both record the same, I then look around that area to see if I can rule anything out. Bill says, I've come up with a dowsing rod holder. If someone think I am moving them, yeah, I've actually made a dowsing rod holder as well. Made it years ago. I don't think I've ever used it. I need to start using it. Spooky Sister says, and yes, lots of EMF. Good point on the causing hallucinations in some people. Carl says, have you used the pendulum board? I like the pendulums as well.
Yeah.
Because we've got pendulum stands, so we can hook our pendulum on a stand. So it's a copper stand as well. Copper to us is really important. And we've had this in the past, haven't we?
Yeah.
People touch the copper stand so that they can't manipulate the pendulum. And we've had the pendulum changing directions completely to answer yes and no. So I do like the pendulum.
I do think divination, though. Divination is one of sort of the older sources of, just communicating with spirit.
Yeah. Stefan says that's the only way we can enjoy the experience through your journey if we are not gifted in the way you are. Oh, thank you, Stefan. We always say the center and the work that we do is our journey. We're just fortunate that people like to watch what we're doing. Okay, especially with the demon connections, people have disassociated themselves with us. That's up to them. If they think we're doing wrong with the demon connections, that's entirely up to them. To be honest, to me, they're missing out on some interesting communication. Again, I'm going on about the demon connections again. It's not evidence, is it? Really?
No, well, a lot
it's
of
just
people wouldn't consider it evidence, would they? Because when they say evidence, they expect like a scientific sort of solid explanation, or they want solid proof as to what it is that's there. And a lot of time when you're working with spirit, you just can't give that. But yourself when you're working with something, and when it's true, because you've been there, you're there and you're working with it, and you've seen it all evolve, and you've seen it all happen, and you know that it's the truth, because the truth resonates. When you're working in truth and it resonates with you, you know that it's the right thing. You know it's right, and that's part of how we work.
Yeah, so it's evidence to us because we are in the situation and we can feel it, and some of the information that we've been given by these so-called demons, and we have researched afterwards, and we've found the planets, and we've found this information out,
and the volcano is erupting,
and the volcanoes erupting, and people falling in love. You if you're skeptic, you could say they were going to meet anyway, but it was just uncanny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But thanks for your comment, Stefan. It's nice that you enjoy what we're doing. While Bill says he's losing faith in REM pods. Again, REM pods can be affected by different things. Walkie-talkies. A lot of teams have walkie-talkies on. They can affect that. Bill says, I use a pendulum stand also, which is good. Annette says, I love old school investigation. Yep. Wild Bill says, if people don't like what you're watching, if what they're watching and disagree, watch something else. Exactly. We're not we're not causing hell on earth with the demon connections. To me, we've changed a lot of people's perspective on demons with that series, and to me, that is worth a few people not wanting to talk to me anymore.
Yeah, that just made me. It did make me giggle a bit there because it just made me think of our stalker, and we had a stalker for a while, and he said that when we're doing demon connections and things, he would astral project into the center and fight all the demons with his sword of light and stuff like that, and it. We meet all sorts in this place.
We do. Bill says, even if they complain, if they keep watching, they must like something about it. Exactly. I think this one person in particular, they had some sort of intentions to do something similar, but we got him first. The spooky sister says, we have a pendulum that hangs independently on a tall standing hook connected to a wooden box at the bottom. We put our hands on the table gently and have had it move in various directions to answer questions. It's not full evidence, as we know, but certainly interesting. Perfect. That's the way to do it, and we've been doing that for a long time, haven't we? Carl says the way technology is evolving, someday something will be invented to prove spirit, but it's when. For now, it's your senses. Yep. Bill says demons are not bad. Exactly. Annette says, oh no. While Bill says humans can be more evil than demons. Exactly. Unfortunately, people watch the Hollywood films and they watch the TV series like some popular ones who everywhere's got a demon, don't they?
Yeah.
And they listen to religion. And so demons do get a bad rep, and to be honest, they're not happy about the reputation they got, the ones we've talked to.
Yeah.
But the reason they work with us is because we don't judge them. We just want to learn from them. We've got our own ideas. Is that the right word? We've got our own thoughts and ideas of who they are and where they came from. And the more we do, the more we are learning. But there are some really evil human beings in the world of spirit, same as there's some real evil humans alive.
Yeah.
I won't mention any names, but they are pure evil. I to be honest, I would sooner. You got to think about the Fae as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
I would sooner sit in a room with a demon than an angry fairy, because they can be quite nasty.
Yeah, very unforgiving.
And I do think a lot of people who have said they've got a demonic infestation in their houses, they ought to look at the Fae.
Yeah.
Because we're cutting the trees down, we're cutting the woods down, so they're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And we've had that, haven't we? We've been to some houses, and it's the Fae going in, moving things and doing things.
Yeah, we went to see that house, didn't we, that time, a house visit, because there was a lot of activity there. And really what they'd done is they'd parted the garden and they just started treating it as a rubbish dump.
Yeah.
And the Fae retaliated.
And it says, for some, your head has to spin to be believed. Yeah. You've watched quite a few, haven't you, Annette? We don't have that. I always say the Demon Connections is pretty boring.
Yeah.
But it's research and it's real. Carl says, the past has made demons bad. You're either going to heaven or hell. Well, you keep controlled by fear, don't you? And the church have always wanted to control people. While Bill says, just never make a deal with the demons, because when they want their payment for the help they gave, they want it then.
We haven't come across any. We've done about 30 demons now, and we haven't come across any that expected really anything in payment, have they?
No. They've never asked for anything.
Well, I think there was one that said about that, and what we did was we paid him with our gratitude for turning up.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how we resolved it.
Yeah, because we're clever, devious. And it says, not boring, very interesting and very different. Thank you, innit? That's... I personally, I don't think they're boring. I love every second of it. I do love every second of them, because we don't know if they're going to turn up anyway. We don't know if they want to talk to us, because they don't have to, do they?
No.
But they just seem...
A lot of times they're different from how they've been portrayed or drawn in the past.
Yeah.
The images.
Bill says, I can tell you who made demons so popular. My buddy Zach. Yeah. But it puts bums on seats, doesn't it? And it makes him lots of money. Bill says, but did you ask a demon for something and it gave it to you? That's the deals I'm talking about. We just invite them to come and talk to us and answer any questions that we ask of them.
Yeah. Well, we ask them to give us their time and the effort to work with us.
But we don't ask them to make us famous. We don't ask them to make us rich, because I don't think we're bothered about that anyway.
And then you're getting into the field of ego, aren't you? If you want to be better than anyone else or richer than anyone else, that's ego then stepping in. Carl
says, with every paranormal podcast, you always find out something new. Yeah, that's the idea. There's lots of really good paranormal podcasts out there. Bill says, just to come and have a chat, a demon won't bother you in a bad way. Yeah, but we are finding out so much about the birth of man, the dawn of man, where they come from, what they want to do. We just find out so much, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
So any final comments? Because it's nearly 9 o'clock. It's gone quick again. So yeah, the Demon Connections is coming back, and it will be live streamed on GPN on Sunday the 26th of May.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Stefan says, are these demons in general, or are they local to Hinckley? They're definitely not local to Hinckley. They are we're working through the Lesser Key of Solomon. So we're working through those 72 demons and the Lesser Key of Solomon. And they could be anywhere, couldn't they?
Yeah.
They could be anywhere in the universe. But we send out our intent. They know when it's their time to come, and they, touch wood, they've always come. One really couldn't be bothered, but he came. He just came and did what he had to do. Then he says, look, I'm going down the pub now. Let me go. So yeah, they're everywhere. Something that we will never do is film how Jane invites them, because I don't think that's right for us to release that. Jane actually got the invocation from Spirit anyway, so. Carl says, I must be a demon. Well, my gran always called me a little devil. Stefan says, interesting, thanks. Yeah. We try and do things different. We try and do lots of different avenues. And we just do what we do, don't we?
Yeah, we do. And we do what we enjoy doing.
Stefan says, from any moment in time, past and present, these demons. Are they from any moment in time, past and present?
We find that they are pretty much ancient beings. So they are from the past, and they have been around a very, very long time.
But they don't look like us generally.
No.
So I can understand why some people, if they came across one of these demons, they would be scared of them. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But it's only because they don't know. They don't understand. They don't know. They don't know about the energy. Bill says, who plays the extra gene in the Neanderthal to make the now present Homo sapien?
I think, from what I understand, the Neanderthals weren't our direct ancestors. The Neanderthals sort of, from what I understand, their sort of line of evolution went on to be what they thought was Bigfoot, and we are not the descendants of the Neanderthals.
So, man is always afraid of the unknown. Yeah, I guess so. But we just like to question everything.
So what does big well?
I have been shown that I have the alien gene. Some call them star seeds. I call them normal. Laugh out loud.
I do believe I'm a star seed.
I thought there was something weird about you. So, I just want to say thank you very much for tuning in this evening. Thanks for all your comments. And we're going to say goodnight because Jane's on overtime. She'll want paying now. Look, it's gone 9 o'clock. And...
Another biscuit, yeah.
Biscuit?
10 biscuits, not from pay.
Stephen says, I hope that cough gets better, Neil. Thank you. I always have a cough, don't I?
Yeah.
I've always got a cough. Carl says, great night, thanks. Bill says, I have AB neg blood, and they say those have the extra gene. So you're alien hybrid.
I think I'm. I can't remember which one it is. I might be B rhesus negative or something.
I would just like to get Gillian Anderson, Scully here, to the centre. Note to do with paranormal, but so if Gillian's watching, if you'd like to come to the GPM Awards, you're more than welcome to come. Bill says Red Cross won't take my blood because of that. Oh, interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
It won't store without going bad. Strange. You need to do some tests on you. Okay. Carl says, are the human race descended from aliens? Well, personally, I believe the human race were created by aliens as a slave race.
Yeah, in some of the stuff I've been looking at, and I've been looking at it for quite a long time now. It tells the story of how about 200,000 years ago, the present humans that we are now were created then, and they sort of appeared overnight. And the DNA was the DNA was changed. And if you look at like chromosome 2, and I'm not sure if it's chromosome 7, they were changed to make us into the humans that we are now. And we are the same now as we were 200,000 years ago. And we've not evolved, and we can't evolve really because, we needed to be as we are back then. Otherwise, we wouldn't have survived. It's things like, we need 40, there's something like 40 mechanisms in our body that makes our blood clot. And our eyesight, we needed our eyesight straight away. That didn't evolve. The blood clotting system didn't evolve. If we'd have got cuts and scrapes and stuff, just through trying to survive, if we hadn't have had the blood clotting thing there, then the human race would never have survived. We'd have all bled to death just from simple cuts and stuff like that. So, it's my understanding that we were changed in order to be who we are now, and we haven't evolved in all that time.
Well,
what the hell was
I
that?
think that was outside. I personally, I haven't been around that long. I know I'm getting on a bit, but Bill says, well, our science experiment gone terribly wrong. So now we set our shelf life for some alien books, shelf life like an ant form. We've gone wrong. The human race has gone wrong big time just lately, I reckon.
It is.
Personally, I'm glad I'm getting old because I should be out of here before it gets too crazy.
It's already gone crazy, hasn't it?
It gets worse. Just when you think you can't think of anything more stupid, like naked classrooms. That's the thing that's being talked about in the UK now. Bill says human race is a cancer. I think we are, right, Bill? It's sad. We got a lot of potential, but we're just not using it. So we're going to say goodnight anyway.
Okay, thank you everyone for all your comments. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you all soon next time.
So bye.
Bye for now.